welcome to another amazing episode of Extra Butter. I'm Eddie.
And I'm Tammy.
I'm really excited about the return of Extra Butter because this marks our annual K-pop comeback episode, which has turned into a series. I I think that shows our growth as K-pop fans. I was going to say K-pop artists, but we don't sing, and we surely don't sing,
At all.
and we surely don't sing in Korean. So, but I think it explores, it shows our growth that this is now just turned evolved from one singular episode to from one to two groups um, to something that has expanded over a series with multiple groups. So I'm really excited. And over the duration of this series, we're going to talk about some of our favorite releases and songs and comebacks from our favorite groups, such as BTS, J-Hope, ITZY, TXT, Aespa, Monsta X, ZICO, iKON, Got7, just to name a few. There's so many more included in this. So sit back and enjoy the ride as we get started with episode one, which will focus on Treasure, iKON, and P1HARMONY. I'm gonna say in advance, excuse me, y'all know I'm horrible with names, and I always mix up P1HARMONY with PH1 the rapper. I know the difference, like physically, musically, artistically. It's just name wise, I usually tend to fuck them up, so I'm just apologizing in advance. All right, Tammy. Oh, I'm going to leave this to you. Where do you want to start? Who do you want to begin with?
Let's begin with the group that started their release the earliest, Treasure, who released their newest mini album, The Second Step Chapter 1, on February 15th.
Second Step, Chapter 1. Yeah. I don't know about the first step, but the second step. What did you think about the second step? The first chapter of the second step. So is it a
Um,
baby step? Never mind. I'm sorry.
they are a rookie group who just debuted a couple years ago. I think they're a, I hate saying it like this, but they're a COVID group. So they debuted during the time when we were in quarantine around the world, and so I don't think they necessarily got the full force of debuting as a new group like other groups before 2020 were able to, or before March 2020 were able to. Um, so for Treasure, they have 12 members. They're under YG Entertainment, which is the same company that has Blackpink. And I'm gonna say, being that they're a rookie group, I had never heard anything of them before this. I actually really enjoyed this mini album that they did. It's only 4 songs. Out of the 4 songs, I can honestly say I can listen to any of the 4 songs over and over again. There's some I really love more than others. Like, I love their title track, Jik Jin. That really got me like moving. And then I love Darari, which is a little bit different. Like, I don't think they expected it to blow up as much as it did. It was just a track on their album, and then it became like we went TikTok viral. And so then they had to make a video, and they made like a rock version, which I love the rock version of Darari. And so I like the vibe, the energy. They have strong vocals, so they can actually sing. I like the vibe of the rappers, of their rap line. I think that they definitely have skills. Um, yeah, so for a rookie group, I think this was a very strong album for their first time out compared to other rookie groups that I've heard before.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not particularly a fan of Treasure. I knew who they were. I knew they started around COVID. Like I said, didn't know that they had 12 members. To me, that's like brain overload. So we know definitely I will not ever go and try to find out the names of those 12 members or get to know them. That's way too many, especially for someone who fucks up names like I do. Um, but I could say that even though I knew who they were, I honestly wouldn't have listened to them if it had not been for this, if you had not recommended them. So And the album for me, the second step, baby step, or the first chapter, whatever you want to call it, it didn't really do anything to change my mind about the group. It's 4 minutes, 4 songs, 13 minutes. And out of the 4 songs, I liked two. Jip Jin is a no for me. It's the title track, lead off track. Yeah, it didn't move me. It wasn't even something I could add to. You have your playlist, and for some of these, I have the workout list, something that I would just throw on while I'm working out. And generally when you're working out, it's stuff that will keep you moving, something that you can just kind of let play, that you're not too worried about skipping. So I wouldn't even put that on my workout list. I really liked you. It didn't have it had a good vibe to it. You can bob your head. I like the layers of the song, the different flavors of the song. It starts off with you thinking it's going to be one thing, and it kind of changes into something else. And I really like that. I think they did that transition in the song really well. I also liked Darari. It had a different, it was more of a pop song, more of a pop vibe to it. It had a nice beat, so I really liked it. I still haven't checked out the rock version. I didn't know there was a rock version until you told me. So I'm gonna definitely have to check it out. And it's okay was not okay. Not for me. I think a lot of K-pop groups now, I don't know what it is, but they have this thing where they want to try to like submit stuff for Korean OSTs, and this what to me was like your typical. So you're gonna hear that a lot from me over the series. Just warning, like this is the OST submission song. And it seems like It's Okay was that. And by that, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad song, but it just reminds me of like a 70s or 80s light rock ballad, something that you would hear on a light rock station. So that is what this song kind of reminded me of. And um, yeah, so it's a no for me. I was not really feeling Treasure. I will say they're not tarnished goods. They're not just like that, that junk, like you think you're going on a treasure hunt and you just find complete junk. Um, I would listen to other stuff from them, but in the process of this, I haven't gone back. I didn't feel compelled to just go back and see what else they had released before this. So, but I definitely will go search out that rock version of Dahari or Dari. So it's okay. They're just okay to me, but they haven't made the list of my must listen groups or a group that in the future I'm just hyped to hear. And they're with YG, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a while before we hear from them again, probably, right? Isn't YG the one that's like notoriously slow on their
On their
comebacks?
comebacks. Yeah. But then not with their rookie groups. So when their rookie groups come out, they're pretty, good on the time frame between comebacks.
Hmm.
But it's as they kind of get up in years is when it takes longer for them to have comebacks.
Oh, okay. When they start making more money. Um, so yeah, but I didn't love Treasure. I didn't hate Treasure. It's not something I'll say turns my finger green. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt differently. So ultimately, what would you rate Treasure? How many popcorns are you giving it?
I'm gonna give Treasure the Second Step Chapter 1 3 popcorns. I think it's a great comeback that they had. I watched a lot of the performances for Jin and Darari. They performed You and It's Okay, but I really focused on the other 2 songs. And so I think like their performance, their vibe that they give off is really great. So 3 popcorns from me. What about you?
I only liked really two of the songs, so I'm not gonna split quite down the middle, but I'm gonna give them 2 and 2/4 popcorns. So yeah,
Did you say
this
2 and 2/4?
yeah, 2 and 2.5 popcorns.
Okay, thank you.
What was I too technical?
Yes.
Did I have a nerd moment?
Yes.
Did I
I
geek
was
out
like
on
two
you?
and two quarters.
My bad. 2 and 1/4, 2.25. you know. But we won't say this was a full bucket to begin with. I'll go with the smaller bag. I don't know if that makes it worse or better or what, But yeah, like I said, I just wasn't moved with Treasure. They don't make me want to go hunt for Berry Gold. Someone won my $1 billion last night. I'm mad. Okay. Moving on. So next, who are we going to tackle? iKON or
iKON came out
P1
today.
P1 Harmony? All right. So we'll go with iKON. Um, iKON. Yeah, this is a group. I love Bobby. Like I love. He's not their leader, but I'll say he's probably one of the most popular members. I love him and I love his solo stuff. And I knew Bobby before I knew iKON. You know, Bobby is why I got into iKON. And this is a group that I want to like more than I do because I see their potential. And I've gone back and I've listened to their previous albums, and it's not, I can't name one album. Like there's songs of iKON that I like, but there's not one particular album that I can say I like as a whole. And that just disappoints me because I love them on Kingdom. I see their talent. I see all of that, but it's just this group that they don't, I don't know. They don't ever live up to their potential to me. And it seems like it's one of those groups that they don't know what to do with. And I feel like this is a group. Who are they with? JYP?
YG.
YG? Okay. Well, it's a group where YG, whoever, kind of just needs to, they kind of need to give them that Got7 treatment when Got7 was leaving JYP at the end and they just kind of left them alone and let them do their own thing. This is a group that I feel like if you would leave them alone and let them do their own thing, and instead of trying to fit them into the K-pop mold, just let them be who they are, I think they would be so much better. Um, and I think this is a group where they keep throwing everything up against the wall to see what sticks, or they just keep trying to make them K-pop instead of just letting them be who they are within that genre, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway, so Flashback May came out in May. It's 5 songs, about 17 minutes. And as much as I wanted to like this album, I was thinking this is going to be the one that's going to make me just love iKON. That's just going to make me be able to go out and tell everyone, hey, here's an iKON album you should listen to. This wasn't it for me. What about you?
I'm the one who suggested iKON. Because of some of their previous singles, some of their real popular singles like Killing Me and Love Scenario, which I think are just absolutely phenomenal songs. I can play those on repeat over and over again. And I was really, really excited because it's been a long time since they came out with an album. They came out with a single last year that I absolutely loved. It was one of my top songs at the end of the year in 2021. So I was really excited about this. I have to say, I'm going to agree with you. I was very, very disappointed in this album. It didn't hit me. It lets me know I'm not necessarily a fan of the music of iKON, but I am a fan of the vibe that they give off. I really fall for groups that are very genuine in how they get along, how they connect with each other. What kind of image do they present to the public? Is it a fake image? Is it a genuine image? And I think with iKON, they really present a genuine image. You could tell they don't always get along. They're not the closest of friends as a group, but they are still close and they are still cool with each other. And so I love seeing that rather than the fake friendship that K-pop tries to throw out there for their fans. So I will say, like, my 2 favorites is Bobby. I think he's extremely talented as a rapper. I would love to see him get a solo career once their contract is up with YG. And then Junie, who is a phenomenal vocalist. Like, I think he gets overlooked as well as being one of the best vocalists I've heard in K-pop, and I listen to a lot of it. Because he may be part of a group that people don't necessarily pay attention to as much, or they don't necessarily know who the iKON members are. They just know who the group is. But other than that, like, there was 2 songs. But You, their title track, really, really liked it. It was fun. It was strong. I loved it. And then the last track, Name, because it showcased some of the other members and their vocal skills and how they've grown over the years. But other than that, like, I think like Bobby's the absolute star of this group, and I don't know what's gonna happen to him when their contract is up next year. That's gonna kind of be the iffy thing of it all.
Well, okay, tackling a couple of things first. I'll go with the music. I agree with you, But You, I loved it. Had a pop groove with an 80s vibe. It was a head bopper. I could just bop to it. Was not a fan of tracks 2 and 3. I didn't even bother to write down the title. But I did like the song Gold. From the first time we did this, when we thought, oh, okay, we could, I don't know what we were thinking to think we could cram all these groups into one episode. But so from the first time we did this, I went back and I listened to this again, and I listened to them several times, and my opinion has rarely changed. Um, and this is one of the ones that it did not change. I do like Gold. The fourth song on the track on that the fourth track on that EP. I did like that one. Name to me is their OST submission. I didn't love it, didn't hate it. It just sounded like that generic OST submission song, so I wasn't particularly a fan of it. Um, I can agree with you with the vocals. They do have some good vocals. Just because I may not particularly like the song doesn't mean I'm anti. I can't recognize the better parts of it, and their vocals are stronger. They even released a Japanese version, which had more songs, and that did nothing for me. Out of the Japanese version, there were just 2 songs that I was like, oh, okay. Because sometimes you're like, well, why didn't you just release this as the original instead of? But they did add more songs to their Japanese version, and there were just 2 on that one, All the World and Holding On, that I liked, or that I could listen to. So I was just like, okay. So now, as far as when their contract is over, I I'm with you. I hope that Bobby does get a solo career. If that's what he wants, I hope that he pursues it. We kind of had this discussion a little bit yesterday. I think because he is in hip hop, I think AMOG would be a great place for him to land, or maybe a smaller company where he could do his own thing, where he could, where they're not trying to make him be one thing or another, where he can just be Bobby. And I saw that on his album. It was pure Bobby. And I don't know why, like this group, they have so much potential, but it's like they keep trying so hard to just, and that's a problem that I think I have with a lot of K-pop groups, is that they keep trying to make them, instead of just letting them be who they are, letting them fall into one of the different subgenres, they just try to make them K-pop, where you have all these albums that just has this mix. Not that it bothers me that there's an eclectic mix, it just bothers me when it doesn't work or when it doesn't mix well together. So it's like you're throwing all these things up against the wall trying to see what sticks. And very few groups do that well, where you can actually be genreless. And it doesn't work for every group. So this group really needs to find an identity. I don't know if they'll find it before their contract is up, which I think is a shame, because they were good. And I didn't know until you told me also that Bi was their former leader, and I just want to shout out Bi, who had one of the best songs of the summer to me, "Beady Beady," even though it features Soldier Boy, who I'm not a big fan of. And when I saw that, it initially turned me off of the song, but the song is a banger. So shout out to Bi. All right. So what are you giving iKON Flashback? Does it give you flashbacks to days of good music?
Um, I am going to give iKON Flashback album 2 popcorns. I only like 2 songs. I like, besides like Junie and Bobby, who I think were the strongest ones on in the album, I wasn't feeling it at all. Like really wasn't feeling it at all. So I can't, even though I love the group, I just can't give them higher than 2 popcorns. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2.5 popcorns, and I keep wavering on this. Like, if you listen to different episodes, or if you would have heard different takings of this, you'd be like, she changes it, and I do. And I had settled on a popcorn number, and then I heard the other two songs, and the only reason I'm scoring it so high is because I did like the two songs from the Japanese album that I meant, or the Japanese release that I mentioned. So, um, but I'm with you. It's just a waste, and I hate that for this group. I really, really do. Okay, moving on to our last group, P1 Harmony. I'm concentrating on their name, so yay that I haven't gotten it wrong yet. And now watch, from here on
Good
out,
job.
I'm gonna fuck it up every time. Um, PH1 Harmony. This is a group. They're also a COVID group, aren't they? Kind of.
Haha, you just messed it up.
Ah, shit. P1 Harmony. I told you, they're a COVID group, aren't they?
Yeah. I think,
Okay.
oh my God, was it last year or 20? It was 2020 or 2021. I forgot. But yeah, they just came out recently.
I want to say they're a COVID group. And I remember, when they were first coming out, there was some controversy around one of their members, one of their, I think, most popular members, even before they launched. But I guess that has been settled in the typical K-pop way. Um, this is a group that's always been on the fringe for me. I was aware of who they were. I'd seen dance videos of theirs, and I liked them, and I liked the songs that I saw the videos to, but it was never enough to make me just want to go dive more into the group or listen to a whole album or anything. So when you mentioned this, I was like, okay. And the album had actually come up on a feed or something, just like as a suggestion. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. And I did. And I was surprised that I enjoyed it, that I liked it as much as I did. And I think that this group, from the videos that I've seen, and from what little I know about them, let me put it that way, because like I said, I didn't go back and listen to previous releases or anything like that. This is a group that does a good job of staying in its lane, and I can appreciate that. So, for this album at least, they mostly did what works well for them. So yeah, what did you think about PH1 Harmony? Zero Harmony. That's the name of the group. The name of the album is Harmony Zero N, and it was just released this July. So what did you think about it?
This was my first time listening to this group. I noticed them before in pre-debut, and it just didn't appeal to me. Like, I was kind of in my BTS GOT7 bubble still when they came out, so I didn't want to add anybody else to that. But listening to them, they got an okay sound. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there was 2 songs that I really, really loved on the album. I love their title track, which is very rare. So it's kind of rare that I like the title tracks. I usually listen to the CD and I like the other songs besides the title track, because that always fits a formula. Every title track fits a formula. Like, they always got to be like upbeat and, catchy and all of that. But this one had energy. It was catchy, but it caught me. So I really, really liked Doom to Doom. I thought that was really, really good. I even liked the music video, and I'm not really a music video person. And then my second track that I absolutely love was Yes Man. Like, love that song. Like, I automatically put it on my playlist. Like, it made it to the playlist. That's how good it is. So yeah, so those 2 songs, Black Hole, NCT feel through and through. And I'm not a fan of NCT, which is another K-pop group that I don't think either one of us is really a fan of. We like members, but not the group, so we don't really review their stuff. But overall, it was okay. It was an okay album that they put out. Am I a fan? No. But they did a good job. They did a good job for what they put out.
Yeah, like I said, they is mostly along that R&B hip hop thing, and it worked well for them. They for what they had, it worked well. I agree with you. I love Do Do Doom. It's a great vibe. It could go on a workout list, workout playlist. It's a good song. Black Hole is a hard hip hop beat, also a great workout song, very NCT light, as you say. And yeah, NCT love members, certain members, but not really a big fan. I like certain songs of theirs, but not a fan of NCT as a whole. I like their subgroups though. That's kind of weird, huh? Anyway, back to P1 Harmony. Didn't fuck it up. Hey. Yes Man. Yeah, it's an absolute yes. Loved it. It's probably my favorite song on the whole thing. Swagger isn't as swaggy as the beat would suggest. It was a great vibe, but it doesn't quite do it. The best part of the song is the instrumental and the beat and the track. So if they weren't singing, I would love it. Does that say something? Yeah, so Mirror Mirror is a double take of no, definitely not. And different song for me, that is their, it slows down a bit. That's their OST submission. And it totally changes the vibe of the album, not because it's slow, but because it just totally changes up everything. So it's like, it's a song that really doesn't even fit. Um, so yeah, it's like, oh, we remember we have to do the K-pop thing, that standard K-pop like you were talking about earlier in Formula. So here is our OST submission song, so we fit the formula, which yeah, it didn't really work for me.
They
So
also didn't have the strongest vocals and neither the strongest raps. So when it comes to like them slowing it down, it showed part of a weakness of the group because their vocals aren't that strong.
that's what it, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, it was something that like it's a good fluff album. If you're just if it's something that comes on, um, just as you're doing something, then it's something that it could play in the background. You might find yourself bobbing your head to it, but I don't know if it's something that I would just continuously go back to. If it's a group that I'm not 100% sold on a group, but I'm not 100% off the group either. So it's just a good in between album for me. Um, but like I said, because of the group and because of someone that's always on the fringe, I was surprised about how much I liked it. Especially in comparison to the other ones that we reviewed on the episode. This one actually for me probably ranked the highest. What about you?
No,
It
it
was
did
the
not.
lowest?
No, it didn't rank the highest.
Oh, okay. How many popcorns are you giving it?
I am going to give P1 Harmony Harmony Zero in 2.75 popcorns. It was a good introduction for me to the group. But once again, there were two songs that really got to me, and the other songs were blah to me. Like they were very generic. So 2.75 popcorns. What about you, Eddie?
That's the highest ranking that you've done for the three groups we reviewed so
No,
far.
I gave Treasure 3.
You did give Treasure three. Oh, okay. It's the highest for me. And I ranked it the same as you, 2.75 popcorns. So I yeah, it's just 2.75 popcorns. It's like, oh, okay. Um, yeah. So you asked a question, and I'm gonna steal your question. Um,
Oh no, you
okay,
are
well, ask
not
your question.
stealing my question.
Okay,
So
ask the question.
the question is going to Eddie. Eddie, this is a yes or no question. No explanation, no extra words.
You
Okay.
know better than to give me those questions. Okay,
No
there's my extra
explanation,
words.
no extra words. Okay, so first, Treasure. Would you recommend Treasure the second step, chapter 1? Yes or no?
No,
All right. For iKON Flashback, would you recommend Flashback? Yes or no?
no. And
Oh
before,
no, no,
okay, all right.
no,
I have a side
no,
note
no,
after
no,
that.
no, no,
Okay,
no,
go ahead.
no, Eddie, you can't cheat. Eddie, you
I'm not
cannot
cheating. It's
cheat.
something I forgot to
Eddie.
mention. But go ahead. Go ahead.
And P1 Harmony, Harmony Zero in, would you recommend it? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. For me, I would recommend Treasure if you're just getting into K-pop and you are younger. Not if you're my age, but if you are younger and you're getting into K-pop, I would recommend Treasure. So that'd be a yes for Treasure. iKON, that would be a no for Flashback. And then for P1 Harmony, that would be a no for P1 Harmony.
Okay, here's the thing I was going to say, and I really did have this written down, but I completely skipped over it. For iKON, PS on iKON. They're a group that, because like I said, there's not one complete album. I can say to someone, go and listen to this group, and it will give you an appreciation for iKON. They're a playlist group. I would recommend iKON, but I would make a playlist for that person and just put the songs on there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're a playlist group, but yeah, there's not one album that of icons that I could honestly say I would recommend. Okay, well, that does it for this episode. Do you have anything else before I?
No.
Oh, okay. That does it for this episode of Extra Butter. Welcome back. Yay. Be sure to like, listen, subscribe, and follow to wherever you listen to your or stream your favorite podcast, your favorite streaming service. That's how global we are now. We international, y'all. Okay, manifesting that. Um, but also, be sure to keep up to date on the latest in entertainment and pop culture news daily with the Daily Wind Down, the popcornwinddown.com. That's it. That's the plug. Pop, 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 pop. And please be sure to stay tuned for the other episodes in this series, in the K-pop comeback series. And, we will probably get to one of your favorite groups who has a comeback this summer. So that's it. Until next time. Oh, and next time we will actually be doing the girls, some of the girls who are looking to take over K-pop. Aespa, Purple Kiss, La Seraphim, and ITZY. So until next time, I'm Eddie.
And I'm Tammy. Bye.
Peace.